1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show.
So millet. Now the fact is, if you drop, if a grain of millet drops on the floor, it makes absolutely no sound at all. That's been tested and proved to be the case. You drop a grain of millet on the floor and it makes no sound. But if you drop a little bunch of millet, it will make quite a significant sound.
Yeah.
With the obvious conclusion that many of nothing becomes something. So any ideas why that should be? That if you drop one part of this, there's no sound.
Yeah.
You drop a little bunch of it in your hand and it will make quite a loud sound. Any thoughts?
I know why. It's because birds eat it.
Well, that doesn't answer the actual question, I don't think. Any ideas? I mean, there's not really an answer to this. I'm not going to suddenly come up with, well, this explains it. But I suppose, I don't know, there's probably examples of other things whereby, I mean, it's almost like, in a different sense, as a human being, individually, we can perhaps do very little in terms of, I don't know, building a big skyscraper block. But together is our strength. If there's plenty of us, you know, you can't have a one-person crowd at a football match. Clearly, together, people have got a communal, combined force. So maybe it's something along those lines that even if something you drop makes no sound, then if you drop a few of them, it will make a sound. But it is a sort of paradox in that many of nothing comes to something.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the sum of the parts is greater than the individuals.
I've got one.
You know.
I've got one, Trevor.
Go on then.
But this is more in my language. For example, you pick a stick of broom, cannot sweep a floor, but you have a bunch of it, will conveniently sweep a floor.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely right. It's the same principle.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see that can happen. And it's a bit like the birthday paradox we've spoken about before.
Yeah.
And it is a strange thing which can be mathematically worked out. But I think I have said this before, that if there's 23 people in a room, there's more than a 50% chance that two will have the same birthday. If there's 70 in a room, 70 or more, but 70 is the lowest number, there's a 99.9% chance that two will have the same birthday. In other words, it's almost definite that they will, which 70 people, when you think of 365 days in a year, it seems too small a figure to guarantee there will be two with the same birthday. But I've looked into this before, and there's a clear mathematical formula, which I won't try and describe now, which actually proves that is the case. So it's another paradox that goes outside of what we might, consciously think. It's counterintuitive, to put it that way. Okay,
you're very right. You're very right. And as you were talking, I was thinking in my head, which is I'm thinking in my own case now, because I remember there was a time I was it was one of my classes. I think I was in my year 11 in school. Then we call it Form 5. Then there was a guy in my class who's got the same birthday with me, and currently where I work now, say we have about 27, 28 in that office, and there are somebody in there who's got my birthday. So if that's
really,
if that has happened to me, what about 26 other people, 25 other people in there? If it's possible, is there?
Yeah.
I've just thought about it and I think, that's possible.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking is, how do you get 70 people in one room?
Well, you get to know each other very well, don't you, if you're all in the same room?
It could be a party.
It could be a party, that's right. Okay, this one then. Tell me what you think is worse. Sending a text to the wrong person, and it might be an intimate text with somebody close or whatever, but sending a text to the wrong person, or liking a photo on someone who you're stalking on social media. And you suddenly realise, I've liked that photo. No.
The leader of our gang will make the show go with a bang and fund the aim of everything Custis. And fund the aim of everything Custis.
You suddenly realise, I've liked that photo. No. So what's
Someone
worse?
you're stalking on social media. I think I prefer that one.
Do you? It's a bit risky though, isn't it? They suddenly think, oh, Femi likes me. That's great. What about you, Cuz?
Well, it depends, don't it? Because if it's a very, very pretty person, I don't want to say girl, because these days it might be gentrifying people. But if it's a very, very pretty person, chances are it would go unnoticed. Say that person has maybe 500, 600 likes on a particular photo, and you have
this is a text message now.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Personal.
Right. Oh, I thought you said on social media. Right. So a text message, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you send, what's worse, sending a text message and sending it to the wrong person,
Right.
or liking, sticking a like on a photograph that you've found on someone you're stalking, their social media. You may be looking on Facebook or something like that, and you see, cool, that's a nice picture of that person I like, and you like you click the key to like it, and you think, oh God, why did I do that? I can't unlike it, and they're going to know I was looking at their social media.
All right, yeah. Well, you can't unlike it. I think the worst one would be sending a text message.
The text.
Mistakenly sending a text message to somebody on, because even if you unsend it, it still leaves a trace.
He's already gone.
Yeah.
You can't cry over spilled milk. It's gone.
The damage is done.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one on words. Again, you either know it or you don't, but it's quite an interesting thing.
Right.
Can you think of a 15-letter word, and there's only one, which contains 15 different letters? In other words, there's no repeat of a single letter.
Right.
As I say, you won't know it, so it's obviously just one of those bits of trivia you might keep in your mind. Yeah. But the word is uncopyrightable.
Oh.
Uncopyrightable. So if you test that, there's no repeated letter, which is quite unusual to have 15 letters without any one repeated. And what about this sentence that has every letter in the alphabet in it? Do you know what that sentence is?
Every letter in the alphabet is in it.
Yeah.
Whoa, I can't think of that.
Is it onomatopoeia?
No, you're still on the previous question, Cuz. Onomatopoeia, that's a lovely word, isn't it? Do you know what it means?
No.
Don't you? Do you know, Femi?
No idea.
Onomatopoeia is basically a word that sounds like, it spells and sounds like what it's describing. Now, I'll try and think of an example. Not a good example, just thinking like plop. If you think something plops in the water, that the sound of the word almost describes what it means.
Oh, I know words. I know a good example.
Yeah.
Click. Click.
Click.
Click.
Still didn't catch it, sorry.
Yeah, click.
Click. Yeah, click is actually a good example. Click.
Yeah.
And it's quite a hard word to spell, onomatopoeia as well. I think it has something in it called OE diphthong. seem to remember from my school days when an O and an E come together, it's called a diphthong. But that's another story, isn't it? What about the longest word you can type on the top row of the keyboard of a typewriter or a computer? The longest word, just on the top line.
All right,
letters.
on the top line of.
You can have a look at your top line of letters.
It's not QWERTY, is it? QWERTY.
I know that
QWERTY
one.
is
I know that one. Shokoloku bango shi.
Yeah, very good. You're right. No, it's not. No, the word is typewriter. So if you look, you can see. That was a good attempt, though. I like that one. That was good.
That wasn't a good attempt.
What? Excuse me. What is the only food that never spoils? It never goes off.
Wow, a seafood.
No, that can go off. Definitely.
No, I mean, I didn't hear the, I didn't hear the question. Did you say seafood or food?
No. What is the only food that never goes off?
All right.
The only food that never goes off.
So when you say never goes off,
Yeah.
you could say meat is a food, isn't it?
Yeah, meat is a food. Yeah. But it never
Cereal
spoils.
is a food. Cereal is
yeah.
a food.
Well, I hate to cut this party short, but this is all we've got time for.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Get the answer next week.
Sorry,
Oh, yeah.
guys. This is all we've got time for. Do you want to do the conclusion, bro?
Yes, I will, Cuz. Well, nice to be here, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed our ramblings and trying to find out where our Cuz really is. I think he's probably has gone abroad somewhere and he's just pretending his computer's not working. He fancied a day in the sun or something like that. But anyway, this has been the Alien Spaceship. We hope you found it a little bit interesting. I'm Trevor Gear and he calls me Bruv.
And I'm Emmy Hikins and he calls me Cuz.
And I'm Femi Madariola and he calls me Femi.
So it's a goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Bye.
All right.
And fun the aim of everything Cuz does. His smart solutions come right from the heart. Wednesday